Danny, to me, that's where I see the issue. And
Mm-hmm.
I looked earlier and I did a little bit of research on what happened to your guys' bench. And I noticed Danny Ainge has turned a bench that was once Marcus Smart, Marcus Morris, Terry Rozier,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Baines, Daniel Tice into guys like Aaron Neesmith, Peyton Pritchard, Grant Williams, Carson Edwards, Javante Green. Like these guys are good NBA players, are good young players, but look what you lost. And speaking
Mm-hmm.
of another guy, Jay Crowder, you
Yeah.
guys lost on a guy like Jay Crowder. We see what he's doing on teams like Miami. Look what he did last year. Now look what he's doing this year with Phoenix. These are
Yeah.
big pieces.
That's what, like, I get why you lose some of those players because you can't pay everybody, and they're all
Yeah.
going to want to get paid eventually. But you can't lose every single one for nothing. Like most of them left in free agency for nothing. But it's hard because in order to orchestrate a sign and trade, you also have to have the other team interested in dealing with you. So it's not like it's a guaranteed thing every offseason. But and people always say Ainge is too prideful. He only makes trades if he knows he's going to win. I don't think that's really a fair argument against him. It's true, but that's like I kind of want every GM to have that input. Like I want to win every deal. You know what I mean? Sometimes he wants to go too far with it, and that's where I draw the line. But like I don't get mad at him for wanting to win every deal. Like that's I mean I kind of want my GM to think that way. I don't want him just to make a trade to make one. But like what you said though, he turned that roster into a bunch of young guys off the bench. So that's where I question. Well, is the you know what I mean the timeline right now for the Celtics? I mean, Jason's 22, Jalen's 24. Are they really trying to win right now? Or are they just trying to develop pieces and see what's next? Maybe that's it because their main guys are really young. But then you go back to the Kemba Walker signing. Well, why sign him for that much? Why wouldn't you just bring back Terry Rozier if you wanted to keep the young guys together? So I don't know. Like I said, I'd punt on the season, just figure out where we are in the offseason. But I don't know. I feel like we're going to go on a run here soon, and Celtics fans are going to be like, make a trade at the deadline. Like, they're going to be pointing a gun to his head, like, trade for John Collins right now. And it's like, there's no point right now. Just relax.
Fans are always like that. They're so
Mm-hmm.
irrational. They're so reactionary, especially even the media. Like we
Yeah.
talked about it. It's really fun to me how 48 hours after you guys were in rock bottom Celtics Twitter and everyone was making fun of the Celtics, they're now fourth in the loss column for the East. Like they're not that far
Yeah.
behind. Like the East is just super jam packed right now. Again, I do put a lot of that blame on Danny Ainge losing guys like Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, Terry Rozier. You know, they've all been
Yeah.
look. You see what they've all been doing this year. They've been blossoming. Some of it does fall on Danny Ainge, but you can't, like you said, you can't win every single trade and force a trade because it's like,
Yeah.
well, if you want to force a trade, you're most likely not going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing I will just say is Tatum struggles have been quote concerning for people, but I would say look at him before COVID. He was
Yeah.
averaging 27 points a
Yeah.
game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists on 48% shooting and 44% from three. And they were
Mm-hmm.
7-3. You guys were 7-3 at the time. So
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that is just recovering from COVID. I saw as a Kings fan with Harrison Barnes, Buddy Hield during the bubble, they were bad. And
Yeah.
I think that's the same with Tatum. It's going to take time, but I see you guys having a bright future. Just maybe not this year. This year is
Yeah.
probably not the year the Celtics win a championship, but it's also not the year where you guys fired everyone and
Yeah.
throw away the team and trade Jalen.
Jason even said like 2 games after he came back, he's like, nah, I still have bad symptoms from COVID. Like I still can't breathe really. Like I lose energy very fast. And everyone heard that and watched him struggle the rest of the games. And people were like, nah, but that one game after he came back, he had 35 points versus Atlanta. It's like, okay, listen, he's still an NBA player. Like if he gets hot, it doesn't matter how tired his legs are. He's still going to be good. But you can tell by watching, this is a completely different Jason Tatum than what it was pre-COVID. Because right now he is struggling.
Yeah, well, Tatum has been struggling. You called it.